All right, so you normally put on the sandals, pull up a chair, head to the beach, try to get away from things. Maybe go on a bike ride, try to clear your head for a few minutes or so. Like many Americans all across the country right now in the middle of summer, it's exactly what the President of the United States has been doing on his week-long break. But back at the White House, his staff was dealing with a major headline, nothing to do with Donald Trump. They were furious instead at this. Last night, the credit rating agency Fitch downgraded the U.S.'s prestigious financial rating. Why? Well, they are citing a divided and polarized Washington, budget battles, and spending issues. It comes, of course, as the White House, the president, and his campaign are touting the economy and what they call Bidenomics, fully embracing it. Francesca, everything was breaking with Donald Trump last night, and we got a statement from the White House. Nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Well, actually,
it was about Fitch.
In their view, it has everything to do with Donald Trump.
Well,
They're blaming it on their predecessor, saying that actually the things that Fitch is concerned about were things that took place under the previous administration, that they've gotten things back on track here when you look at the unemployment levels, when you look at growth. That's what their argument is.
Two shot on the bill. Coleman, we get a two shot on the bill.
You can't see him shaking his head. But this is what their argument is, and more or less that this is just falling at their feet, falling at their doorstep. And one thing that Fitch did point to was to say that there is a divided government in Washington right now, that if you look at the brinksmanship that happened over the last debt ceiling debate, regardless of whose fault that you feel that was, you're staring down the potential government shutdown in the future, and that there is just a situation right now where things are very unstable in Washington.
Go. I was going to say something, but go.
Joe Manchin was right. Remember when he was preventing the Inflation Reduction Act and saying we can't spend all this money, it's going to result in inflation, it's going to hurt the currency, and we just can't do this anymore. We're $33 trillion in debt. This is a bridge too far. And he resisted until he got something for West Virginia and then decided he was going to back it. This is Bidenomics. This is, if you look at the 2.5 years that Joe Biden's been in office, this is his issue.
So you mentioned Bidenomics.
Yes.
The president, the White House, the campaign are wrapping their arms around Bidenomics. Nobody, none of us five, nobody in the White House, nobody outside of the White House, nobody knows what's going to happen with the economy going forward, right? But they've clearly made this calculation that the economy is what we're going to run on. The problem is, if things go bad, you're running on the thing that goes bad. Not saying it will, not saying it won't, we don't know. There's an example. John McCain, 2008, play it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
You know that there's been tremendous turmoil in our financial markets and Wall Street, and people are frightened by these events. Our economy, I think, still, the fundamentals of our economy are strong.
The fundamentals of our economy are strong, and hours later, Lehman Brothers collapsed, right? With the economy, you never know what's going down the road. And is that the issue about wrapping your arms around Bidenomics? Because he just brought it up.
Well, listen, I mean, Biden or Trump or name your president could have a pristine economy, and the opposition's always going to poke a hole in it because that's what you do. I think when you have low unemployment, when you have decent, if not pretty good GDP growth, and you have a stock market that's stable, has its good days and bad days, but basically it's been doing very well, you better run on that economy, because you better run on the economy anyway, explaining to people why it's good, and if it's not good for you yet, I'm going to make it good for you, because that's what people want to hear. The mistake John McCain made, by the way, and he was trying to be a statesman and say that, listen, ultimately everything's going to be okay, because
things
he knows,
were imploding at that time. It's a much different scenario
he knows
now.
There's an international audience, but the American public, right, left, and center, already felt like the economy was in bad shape. And you cannot tell people when they feel and know there's a problem that there's no problem. So I think that's the line that Biden has to walk. But he's going to have to run on the economy. So if he's not going to down-talk his own economy, then he might as well up-talk it, and up-talking it's better when you're the incumbent.
But don't forget, we're at 2 or 3% unemployment to go along with all those other positive economic figures. And so the problem is there's this gap probably in messaging or how people feel. You can use all the statistics in the world, but if they're not feeling it, and I think what the administration is betting on is we're going to get to this third or fourth quarter, right? All the numbers are looking up and positive, and by the time we get to the third or fourth quarter in 2023, they're going to start to feel the infrastructure bill. They're going to start to feel that the inflation numbers are going down. They're betting on that. But listen, you got to bet on yourself because you're the leader.
As David says.
It's the number one issue that voters care about in every poll.
Yep. All right.
In every election.
Coming up.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.